8 minutes before 11 p.m. Central African time. We are still within our conversation. 16 days of activism is the focus. It began on the 25th of November, 2025, all the way through to the 10th of December. And the idea is to eradicate all kinds of violence against women, children, and those who are vulnerable. And so we are looking and turning our gaze to the LGBTQI plus community. And we continue this conversation with Keletso Mjele, who is a proud lesbian stud and the passionate, or rather a passionate, human rights activist, as she represents Thato, One Big Family, LGBTQIA plus society, where she works to build safe spaces, amplify marginalized voices, and promote intersectional justice. Keletso, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I've already got my introduction. I'm a
Absolutely.
lesbian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keletso, we are doing just fine under these weather conditions. Let's get into the conversation, right? As an activist, you work directly with communities. What patterns of violence have you noticed? And I ask this specifically because I think for every context in the African continent, it's very different. You know, where you'll have instances such as Uganda, where being part of the community is criminalized, and Ghana as well, facing the same context, and South Africa having its own kind of context where the justice isn't necessarily, or rather the faulty injustice isn't necessarily in the legal system. It's more so in people's cultural headspaces, and that's where we see the perpetrators come to be. In the context that you have dealt with and worked with, what are some of the most prevalent violences or discrimination?
The biggest one that we face, because mostly we work with schools, so the biggest one we face is corrective rape. You know, you find a gay child or a lesbian child, um, that be raped because of their sexuality. You know, because men would find it that actually, why would you want to be a man when you're a woman? You
Mm.
know, so corrective rape is one of the main concepts that we face a lot, because most of the cases that come through is corrective rape, where they want to correct you to say raping you could change you. You know, so that's one of the biggest that we face. You know, and the other one that we face is within our families. You know, we find our families, some are facing families discrimination, families kicking them out, families forcefully getting them married to men, or men getting them married to women, choosing their choosing them wives or husbands for them. You know, so these are the most ones that we have, and the other one that we have is within our space as well. Uh, as an LGBT person, we would have um, a lesbian who would actually, who's a stud, would actually abuse their their partner, you know, or
Mm.
forcefully want to sleep with their partner, you know. Yeah. So these are the most ones that we have within our community.
Keletso, when you're sorting after justice, what is your course of action and what is the success rate?
Um, the success rate, I can say, it's a 30% chance that we would um get our cases being resolved, you know, because some cases will just be lingering, you know, and then they will prolong. Some cases they would say because it's a woman who abused another woman, or a man who abused a woman because of their corrective rape, for example, and then they would say there's no use for this case to be going on, or would
Mm.
find um, the cases are lost. You know, they'd be saying the docket is lost. Then they prolong the cases, you know. So in most cases, when it comes to we do have support actually within our community. We do have support. We do work with police and stuff. But the fact that when we also don't know what to do, you know, having to solve the cases, what we do, we just have to give these people some form of um, help. We find them help. Say we have groups that will help them um, for depression or for, you know, if we can't help them further, that's what we do actually. We just uh, transfer them to those people who can help them deal with whatever issues, whatever that they face, you know.
Keletso, lastly, just for he, she, they listening at this very stage, thinking to themselves, it almost sounds like the pursuit for justice is a difficult one. What would you say to that statement?
I just wish not only us helping, but I just wish that we could have the community also supporting us. You know, when we go forward with cases that are being unresolved and stuff, um, we could have the community coming together and then helping us through this whole thing, especially with corrective rape, because that's the one thing that we usually face. You know, um, you'd find their parents wouldn't want to come forward to say um, their child has been raped by their uncle, and their parents would be like, no, that is impossible. That doesn't happen and stuff like that. But wish that we could find more support from our communities, more support from our families, more support from loved ones, so that all these cases and stuff can be resolved, and all these, you know, I think it's the support that we need.
Keletso, thank you so much for your time this evening. We commend the work that you do, and we really do hope that conversations like this bring about a conglomerate, a cluster of people who say, listen, we stand with you. I think that's the aim of such conversations, to make sure that we pull as much weight in the direction of people being saved, people's lives being put first. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, speaking to us, and for the work that you do.
Thank you so much.
That is the voice of human rights activist and representing Thato One Big Family, LGBTQIA plus society, Keletso Mjele. It is top of the hour, 11 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, we wrapped up conversations concerning 16 days of activism that started on the 25th of November and ends on the 10th of December, and how this includes the LGBTQIA plus family. For now, let's break into the new hour.